YTBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison, and I just got through watching Khan Algieri, and I thought it was a great fight. I thought it was a great fight. I was semi wrong. I wasn't wrong about who I thought would win. I thought Khan would easily outclass Algieri, but that wasn't the case. Okay. Um, I think the scorecards were wrong. Okay. I think the fight was a lot closer than what it was, and I think the decision should have been a split decision. Or, I could even argue it could have been a draw, man. Because a lot of those rounds I actually gave Algieri. Now, here's my thought process. Here's exactly what I'm thinking. Now, Chris Algieri, and I got to give a credit. I got one name. And there's one name that I'm going to say. The name is John David Jackson. That's the only name I got to say. He definitely made a definite impact on Chris's career. And John David Jackson, pretty much, Chris Algieri looked like a whole nother fighter, man. He looked strong. I mean, did you guys see how strong Chris Algieri looked, man? He looked extremely strong physically, and also his punches were getting a lot of pop on him. And he was backing Khan up. Khan was getting backed up most of the entire fight, okay? I was more impressed with Chris Algieri than I was Amir Khan, okay? And I think had Chris Algieri been with Tim Lane, it would have been a wash, okay? But it wasn't a wash. I thought the fight was almost a draw. I thought maybe Khan won 7-5. And then when I watched the fight again, I thought maybe it was 6-6. I thought Algieri did a lot in that fight, okay? I thought he did a lot. He definitely bodied Khan up because he was the more physically aggressive fighter. He bodied Khan up, bodied him up. He was hitting Khan with the overhand right. Khan really had no answer for the overhead right, okay? And then, Virgil Hunter actually thought Khan was down on the scorecards. He told Khan to stand there toe-to-toe, which that's something we hadn't seen Khan do in 3 fights since working with Virgil Hunter. We ain't seen it. He told Khan to go toe-to-toe, and Khan did it. I was really impressed because I think, though, had Chris Algieri been a true puncher, like if he would have did that with like a Marcos Maidana, it would have been a different story. He would have been out on the canvas. But, Chris Algieri showed me something, and I was really against him fighting against Skater Cut. I was against him fighting Skater Cut because I thought that it really was a washout. But under his new trainer, John David Jackson, I think Chris Algieri is going to be competitive towards any fighter. I never questioned Chris Algieri's toughness. He a tough son of a gun. Chris Algieri is tough, okay? And you knock him down, he getting back up. Anybody who get up 6 times in a fight and still finish out the fight, you got a long fight on your hands, okay? I just thought that Khan, since he was faster, I thought he was faster than Pacquiao. I thought that he would pretty much take Chris Algieri to school. But I think Chris Algieri was schooling Khan in some points of the fight. Now, Khan did have some good moments where he was putting together some good combinations, catching Chris Algieri flush, and he was hitting him with some tough shots, and Chris wasn't falling. I thought, one time Khan hit Chris Algieri with a right hook that I knew he decapitated the hell out of Chris Algieri. I thought Chris Algieri's head was going to fall off. That dude walked right through all the Khan punches. Chris Algieri was walking through. He walked through Amir Khan punches, walked through them, okay? Looked at him and started throwing his own punches. I just think if Chris Algieri was a little bit faster and put together some combinations, he could have got Khan out of there because he had him hurt. He had Khan hurt in a couple of those rounds. Khan was backing up, okay? I'm talking about Amir was backing up. And you ain't see Amir back up against Collazo. You didn't see that. You didn't see Amir, you ain't really see him back up against, God, what that other kid he fight? The fight before Collazo, you didn't see him back up, okay? He wasn't back. Amir was pressing attack. He was the aggressor, okay? I just thought Chris Algieri had a much better game plan, and I actually thought the fight was either 7-5 or a draw. I'm going to watch it a third time, but I didn't give Khan more than 7 rounds. I did not give him more than 7 rounds, okay? I can't give Chris Algieri more than 6, okay? That's just the way it is, okay? But I just don't think Khan made enough adjustments. I don't think Khan made adjustments. I thought Chris Algieri, man, he had a beautiful game plan. John David Jackson is, I'm telling you my opinion, this guy's a trainer. He a great trainer, man. I'm looking at it. He completely revamped Chris Algieri's whole style. I'm talking about revamped it. You can look at Chris Algieri's body. You know, Chris looked like he was physically stronger, man. He looked stronger. And he was, man. He was just he walked through Amir Khan. This is Amir King Khan. He got speed and punching power. Chris Algieri walked right through that. Now here's my question, okay? If Chris Algieri walked through Khan, what do you think Kell Brook gonna do? Who is definitely faster? Okay, I don't think Khan, and y'all can maybe disagree. Tell me what you think. I think after this fight, I don't think Khan gonna touch Kell Brook right away. I just don't think it's gonna happen because Kell Brook is a little bit more skillful than Chris Algieri, and Kell Brook is faster. And Kell Brook would probably employ the same tactic. I can tell you, Kell Brook is one of those fighters. He'll box, but he'll also come straight ahead, and he will at least try to hit you with 2 punch combinations. And he's got a lead right hand. Khan had no answer for Chris Algieri's overhand right. Had no answer for it. Now, here's what I think. I still think when Khan, and maybe Khan may get a fight with Mayweather. He called out Mayweather at the end of the fight. I don't think the fight's going to happen. I just, to me, personally, I just don't think it's going to happen, okay? And if he got in the ring with Floyd, I really, really think that Floyd would definitely outschool him, okay? I think Floyd would school him. I think Floyd would completely school him, and then I think that's just it. I don't think I still think the fight is still about 60-40, but I think if Chris Algieri was technically ready to do this, and he's technically slower, I think Floyd Mayweather would actually utilize some of the same tactics, but I think Floyd would probably hit Khan a little bit more effectively, and Khan would hit Floyd a little bit more or less, okay? That's what I think, okay? And I'm thinking that that's going to be the result. Kell Brook, I think Kell Brook would body Khan up. See, Kell Brook is strong. He's stronger than Algieri. See, I think Kell Brook would use the strength advantage, and he would just bully Khan around the ring and win the fight. I think so, okay? Now, these are not prediction videos, not by far, but I think that this is what would happen, you know, in the context of the fight. Do I think Khan? I think Khan did show a lot of heart. I mean, Khan had a lot of heart. I mean, Khan didn't back up at the end of the fight. He stood in there. He stood in the pocket and went toe-to-toe, but that's against Chris Algieri, okay? When he gets into the ring with a big puncher, I don't think he's going to stand toe-to-toe. I mean, it'll be a bad tactic for Khan, and I wouldn't want his chin tested. I wasn't totally dissatisfied with him, but I think he did struggle maybe against an inferior opponent, okay? That's what I think. But maybe Chris Algieri has evolved with this new trainer, and maybe all that Chris Algieri needed was a trainer, okay? And I think John David Jackson is the trainer for Chris Algieri. I mean, I don't see Chris Algieri's stock going down. I think his stock rises because of this fight. His stock completely rises. Chris Algieri will probably get more big fights, and he's going to win. I don't think Chris Algieri has anything to feel bad about hanging his head over. I thought the fight was either 7-5 or a draw, but I kind of knew that if the fight was close, Khan was going to get it. And one of those judges' scorecards was ridiculous, man. I mean, you know, I can see, you know, some of the scorecards were close, but one of the judges just had a ridiculous score. And I'm like, wait a minute, man, come on. The fight was not that well. Even Steve Farhood had the fight, you know, within 4 points. Farhood had it within 4 points, okay? So, and he's pretty good. He's real good. Farhood is. So, I don't know what was going on. Now, I kind of want to deal with the Khan fans again, okay? Khan fans, I don't know. You guys are the most honest fans when it comes to your fighter, okay? You guys will stick with Khan. And I just want to know from all the Khan fans, okay, what do you think your assessment of the fight is, okay? What do you think your assessment of it is? Is it different, or did you see some of the same things? I think that Algieri just did a little bit too much to kind of discourage Khan. Khan got his shots off and Khan was connected, but hey, Chris Algieri just did a lot, man. He was discouraging the crap out of Khan. And then he was getting in his face and bodying him up, man. It was uncomfortable. Khan couldn't deal with that. Like, Khan actually had to get the range. And now I figured out that Chris Algieri, he exposed Amir Khan. He exposed him. And I definitely can almost see a blueprint on how to beat him. I can see a definite blueprint. If you take away his range and Chris Algieri, he did a good job of cutting that ring off, man. I ain't never seen him do that. I've never seen in Pacquiao fight. And this fight, he's a totally different fighter, Algieri is. A totally different. He was cutting the ring off. And Khan couldn't really get his movement like he wanted to. And then when he was moving, he was bagging up most of the fight, man. I'm talking about Chris Algieri, light puncher. I thought Khan was going to walk through Algieri. I thought he was going to walk through this man. Chris Algieri has gotten some power. And Khan felt that power, man. He was hitting Khan with some really good shots. He bagged up. Okay? He bagged up. But I think for Khan calling out now, I think everybody knows now. Well, bloody hell, Mayweather. Mayweather knows. Mayweather knows now. You know, I think that, yeah, you can call him out. But in my opinion, Khan fans, and I've never been wrong. I've never been wrong when I predict a fight. Okay, I've never been wrong. But Mayweather wins that fight. And if he fights, and I think Floyd is going to fight maybe Khan or Triple G. I really want Mayweather to fight Triple G or Kell Brook. That's what I want him to do, okay? But we don't know. Nobody knows what Floyd's going to do. You guys tell me what you think about Khan, okay? I don't know. I wasn't overly impressed with him. I mean, I was impressed with his heart. I just was not overly impressed. I was impressed with Chris Algieri. That's who I was impressed with. You know, I was impressed with Tony Hawk. I mean, Tony Hawk came to fight. He came to fight. And, you know, I think Chris Algieri's chin is underrated, okay? Very underrated. It's completely underrated. I think really and truly, you know, people, the announcers, though, they were getting it wrong. Or Amir Khan, you know, his chin is held up. Yeah, that's against Chris Algieri. Okay? That's against Algieri. I'm sorry. You know, I wouldn't want Khan if I was a Khan fan. I wouldn't want him standing in there fighting, you know, toe-to-toe with a puncher. And I think really and truly Virgil Hunter gave him that advice because Chris Algieri wasn't a puncher. I can't imagine the wise man that Virgil Hunter is advising Khan to go toe-to-toe with a puncher. All right, tell me, guys, what you think. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I am done. Subscribe.